we're learning more about the background of the suspected gunman. As Martha said, Major Nidal Malik Hasan, Dr. Hasan. And our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross, joins us now. What more have we learned?
Well, quite a bit, Charlie. He was 39 years old, a Palestinian, according to religious leaders in Maryland, where he prayed, who had just been promoted to major this past May. He also had troubling signs that may have been red flags. He had hired a lawyer to get him out of the military. He did not want to be deployed to Iraq. He had written email messages about 6 months ago that came to the attention of authorities in which he compared suicide bombers to GIs who protected their comrades by throwing themselves on grenades, and he praised Allah throughout that. He also complained of being harassed by members of the military who he says called him a camel jockey.
There is an irony in all of this, though. Here's a psychiatrist treating people who have come back from the Iraqi war, and yet he is the one who apparently snapped.
He seems to have been suffering from some of the same stresses for which he was treating his patients. He trained at Virginia Tech, where he went to undergraduate school, and then went to the U.S. Military Medical School, first served at Walter Reed Hospital, became a psychiatrist, and had just been transferred over the summer to Fort Hood.
And I gather some of his evaluations that he got at Walter Reed were not stellar.
There were questions about him. He was, at one point, according to NPR, he was criticized for proselytizing, trying to convert people to the Islamic faith.
But he did belong on that base. He's not somebody who breached security and got on the base.
He had all the passes, all the securities. A Texas congressman who's been briefed on this said he became kind of a gun nut and took special training in weapons.
Now, there's always a concern when you hear something like this. Could this be a large conspiracy? Could there be other people involved? Could it be a cell? Could it be terrorism? And when we first heard from the general there who commands the base, he said that there had been some other people detained, which led to the possibility, in everybody's mind, I think it was terrorism. But it does appear now this fellow acted alone.
That's right. The two other people who were arrested and called suspects have since been released, and now the focus is simply on him. Authorities have spread his picture around to other military bases in the country to see if anybody else knew about him or they'd seen him there. But at the moment, it looks like one man who snapped.
All right, our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross. Thanks.